Greetings. A lot of people have been asking about my cover of the first solo in Public Enemy No. 1 by Megadeth. And the solo is played and written by BRODERICK. And it's an awesome solo, and I figured I'd do a video lesson of it. And I could brag right now and talk about how I'm actually using a pick that BRODERICK played and used at the Palace of Auburn Hills for Gigantor, because I went to see Megadeth on Thursday, had VIP tickets. It was awesome, and he threw me a pick. But I'm not going to brag and be one of those people, so let's get to the lesson. So I'm just going to assume that you're familiar with how the solo sounds here, and so I'm just going to jump right into the first lick. So the first lick is it's kind of like an A harmonic minor feel, and it goes like this, you know. That's how it goes, and pretty much all that's happening is BRODERICK plays it's 16, 17, 19 on the G string. Then he picks the 17th fret of the B string, and then does, let's see here, 16, 17 on the E, and then he pulls off from the 19 to the 17 to the 16, and then hits the 17 again. That's a lot of numbers, but it sounds like this. So, you know, not that hard to figure out. Sometimes I economy pick this, so I go down, up, down, 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 up, down for the pull-offs. So, like that. Or you could alternate pick it. I think that might be what BRODERICK does. And so that's the first part, and then we go into this A minor 7 arpeggio. But the 7th is kind of put up here, which is different from your typical A minor 7 arpeggio. Not really though, so it just goes like this. So what's happening there, we're pulling off 17, 15, 12 on the high E, doing 2 downstrokes on the 13 of the B and the 14 of the G, right? And then 2, did I say downstrokes or upstrokes? I meant upstrokes. We do 2 upstrokes for that 13 and the 14. And then we do 2 downstrokes. So far it's, right? And so it's like, now we're going to hit the 13 on the high E, go 12 to 13. So it's so far, and then we hit this D note at the 15th fret of the B string, and then back to the 13 again, 13 to the high E, right? And then we're going to do this little chromatic walk up to get us to B, because the next part of the solo has a B minor 7 arpeggio in it. So far, there's that chromatic walk up to B. I would give that B note some good vibrato. So far, well, from the beginning so far. If you got that, then you're ready for the next section. It's 2 inversions of a B minor, but it's not played like that. I was just showing the 2 shapes. So the first one is a B minor 7, right? So it starts on the 14th fret, pull off to the 10 on the high E, hit the 12, which is on the B string, and then maybe with your pinky grab this 14th fret of the G. So, right, because that 14th fret is your A note, which is the 7th. So that's what makes it a B minor 7 arpeggio. And then once we get back up to the top of the arpeggio, we slide our first finger up to the 14th fret of the E, so, right? And this is done with sweep picking. And then we do 15 on the B and 16 on the G. So far, right? And then we've got this kind of legato, half picking section. That section right there. And what's happening there, I'll play it really slow and then explain it. So it's got these notes from the B minor, B Aeolian, whatever you want to call it, scale. So I just pick the first three, and I think that's what Chris does too, right? And then pulls off, So if you can do that, he's just sliding up. After he does that, he slides up to 15, 17, and 19, and does that kind of legato thing, right? And then there's this section that sounds like, right? So it's you hit 17th fret of the B, 19th fret of the G, you pick the 2 hits on the 16th fret of the G, so, right, and then 18, 14 on the D, and then hit 15 on the A string. So I would alternate pick that, but of course you can economy pick it if you want to. It's all up to you. I'm pretty sure that Chris alternate picks it, so that's how I do it too. So far it sounded like from the beginning. If you got that, then you're ready for the final kind of arpeggio run to the solo. And what's happening here, because our rhythm, which is in the main riff of the song, he's kind of bringing back something from the rest of the song, where it's like how in that progression you can hear just one note is changing, just one. Here we keep getting higher, so that's what happens. So he plays, he does that with arpeggios, and he plays an A minor string skipping arpeggio on the D, G, and high E strings. And that's our pattern. So I'll show you, what happens is, he goes, it's always going to be that pattern, but he's going to change up. One note will be different in the arpeggio, but really there are 2 notes that are changing. You're going to be going up a half step every time on the D string and the high E string. So we start out, and see these notes, those 2 E notes are there, and then he does the same thing, but brings both of those up a half step. So now we've got 2 Fs. So and that actually is an F major. So I'll play it. I'll show you the pattern really slow. It's So that's what we have at first, and then there's this kind of string skipping, tapping, arpeggio deal. That was a little sloppy, but that's how it sounds, and that is happening. It's a 17th fret of the D string, and we're going on the 16th fret and the 21st fret of the G string. So far. right? And then we skip up to the high E and do 17, 19, 24. So the pattern is like, if you can get that. So far. Right? And then it's got this hammer on from nowhere technique. If you can do that, it's pretty simple. If you can do that, oops, sorry about that. If you can do that, then you're ready for it. And then I tap the 22nd fret of the B string. And Chris Broderick actually taps the 17th fret of the high E, but it's the same note, so it doesn't really matter. I just like to tap at the 22nd so that I can get some good vibrato. Or sorry, you know, I can go like that. So anyway, so here's that last section again. Sorry, I messed up that. My nails are getting kind of long. It's hard to do tapping stuff when your nails are too long. So that's how the solo goes. I'll go over it one more time. Slow. I'm sorry. That last part was kind of sloppy. Let me do that again. I'm really having trouble tapping that because my fingernails are way too long to be doing two-hand tapping. So that's pretty much the whole solo. Sorry, I'm a little sloppy today. Either I haven't warmed up enough or I'm just not that good. You can make that choice of which one it is. So there's the solo. Hope I helped, and hope you have fun jamming this awesome song by Megadeth. Stay metal.